In the pursuit of a profound life, Stoicism offers not just wisdom, but a strategic advantage in navigating the complexities of modern existence. How can one remain unfazed by turmoil, make decisions with clarity, and influence others with integrity? Stoicism provides the keys. These 12 principles are not merely philosophical suggestions, but practical tools that, when mastered, can elevate your mental resilience and strategic thinking, making you significantly more adept in personal and professional realms. Have you ever wondered how to remain calm under pressure or make decisions that are not only good but great? How about influencing the world around you without saying a word? Herein lies the essence of Stoic wisdom. Tools to outsmart chaos and complexity with grace and efficacy. Let's explore these 12 transformative keys that promise to enhance your intellectual and emotional acumen, making you wiser, calmer, and unexpectedly smarter than others. Embrace these principles and watch as the world tilts in your favor. This Stoic guidance not only prepares you to face life's challenges, but arms you with the sophistication to outthink and outperform gracefully. Let's unlock these secrets together. Number 1. Foster curiosity. My friends, curiosity is indeed a most noble virtue, for it is the very flame that ignites the lamp of wisdom within our souls. To be curious is to thirst eternally for understanding, ever seeking to unveil the mysteries that shroud the world around us. It is this inquisitive spirit that breathes life into our journey of learning and growth. Ask yourself, do you not feel that insatiable pull to peer behind the veil of the unknown, to question that which you once took for granted? This is the stirring of curiosity, that sacred spark which separates the dullard from the enlightened. Let it burn bright within you, for it shall be your guiding star through the shadows of ignorance. In the teachings of Stoicism, we hold curiosity as the genesis of all knowledge. Curiosity is the parent of knowledge. To be curious is to be ever humble, understanding that our finite minds can never encompass the infinite depths of truth. It compels us to tear down the walls of assumption and keep our minds porous to new wisdom. But curiosity alone is not enough. We must couple it with an open readiness to receive that which we seek to understand. Cast off the shackles of stubborn belief that blind you to other possibilities. Embrace an open mind, clear as a polished mirror, to perfectly reflect each new truth you encounter. For what is the purpose of our unquenchable thirst for learning, if not the aim of transcending our current state? Let curiosity be your lodestar, guiding you ever forward upon the endless path of gaining knowledge and hard-won insight into the nature of all things. I ask you now, what burning questions stir your soul at this very moment? What flames of curiosity shall you stoke to keep yourself in pursuit of deeper understanding? An inquisitive mind is a hungry mind, and it is this hunger that shall nourish your intellect and cultivate your wisdom. Embrace it, champions of truth, and let it light your way. Number 2. Learn from experience. The road to wisdom is not merely paved with the study of texts and discourse. True understanding blossoms from the fertile soil of lived experience. To gaze upon knowledge inscribed upon a page is one matter, but to have its teachings inscribed upon the very fabric of your being through the trials and triumphs you weather, this is the path to insight, most profound. We Stoics do not shy from adversity, for how can one truly comprehend the teachings of resilience without first-hand challenges to put such lessons to the test? When the winds of misfortune howl, the timid cower, yet the sage remains steadfast as an oak, knowing that by embracing each tempest, inner fortitude is nurtured from mere seeds into an unshakable oak of character. Take heed that we must focus our efforts inward, upon the garden of the self that we alone can tend to and cultivate through right action and discipline. Outer forces may buffet us, but it is our choice whether to be consumed by circumstances or to calmly master our state of mind in response. Meet each experience openly, with your whole being, and therein shall its truths be etched into your very bones. Consider the scar that remains after a wound has healed. It is the body's testament to having endured and overcome. So too are the soul's scars from suffering nobly borne, markers of perseverance, badges of wisdom earned through the ultimate of teachers, unvarnished reality itself. Do not simply read of philosophy, my friends. Strive to embody its teachings by daring greatly, falling and rising, time and again, ever stronger. For what are we, if not masterful gardeners? Each lived trial provides fertile soil to nurture the blooms of our virtues. Steadfastness, temperance, dignity, the experiences we weather-proof ourselves against, become the very tempering that forges an insightful and resilient spirit. Number 3. Expanding your knowledge and intellect. To expand one's knowledge and elevate the intellect is among the highest callings a seeker of wisdom can heed. For what is the purpose of our philosophies, if not to continually refine our understanding and bring greater illumination to the fundamental truths underpinning existence itself? Let us be as dedicated students, ever hungry to feast upon the nourishing words and ideas that have been so painstakingly cultivated by the great thinkers across the ages. To read is to open a portal into realms of thought and insight, far beyond the limits of one mind alone. Do not merely consume words, my friends, but actively digest and metabolize their meaning into sustenance for your budding brilliance. Nor should our studies be constrained to any single well, for the eternal waters of knowledge flow through countless disciplines and perspectives. Drink deeply from the varied streams, history's accounts, nature's parables, art's metaphors. Cross-pollinate your mind with the rich philosophical traditions of distant lands. An intellectual monoculture breeds stagnation, while an open embrace of diverse ideas breeds ever-propagating realizations. But we must also remember that solitary study dims beside the radiant insight sparked through dialogue and discourse. Surround yourself with others in this sacred pursuit of understanding, so that you may both challenge and be challenged by those who bring their own unique lenses. Do not merely accept or reject what is offered, but forge your own discerning way through the crucible of reasoned debate. For iron sharpens iron, and minds shape minds toward higher acuity. So let your hunger for illumination burn forth, an inextinguishable flame drawing you ever deeper into the mysteries of this great cosmos we inhabit. With each new revelation, each strange novel connection sparked between disciplinary rivers, your intellect shall grow in power and perspicacity. For the truly wise know that the more one learns, the more one understands how infinitely more there remains to be known. Number 4. Maintaining an open and ready mind. My esteemed friends, to maintain an open and ready mind is to wield one of the most powerful tools a seeker of wisdom can possess. For what good is the most profound insights if the vessel meant to receive them is rendered inflexible and unyielding by stubbornly shut perspectives? We must approach each moment as a blank slate, a boundless frontier awaiting the imprint of new understanding. Too often the untrained mind careens wildly between the tides of attachment to what was and resistance to what is. This inner turbulence clouds our vision, leaving us rudderless amidst the ever-shifting currents of life's realities. But you, my intrepid truth-seekers, must hold your minds in a state of openness and readiness. Be buoyant as a well-trimmed sail, effortlessly catching the winds of each new experience to propel you forward on your voyage of growth. Do not weigh yourself down with the anchors of preconception or the ballasts of prejudice. Embrace change not with trepidation, but as an inevitable constant, the ceaseless rhythm to which all existence dances. What is your fear anchored upon, if not a fantasy that the tides can be stilled? Let go of that illusion, and greet each new swell as an opportunity to refine your ability to ride atop the currents with equilibrium and poise. And in this open readiness we find the heart of acceptance, that supreme virtue which Stoics have long upheld. For what is acceptance if not the momentary setting aside of that which we wish reality to be, that we may plainly perceive and work skillfully with what simply is? With minds unshackled from the prisons of our own making, we transcend delusion and open ourselves to the truth. I implore you, keep your mind supple and receptive like the most finely wrought steel, that no rigor nor obstruction may dull the keenness of your insights. An open and ready mind is the calm eye around which the storms of change swirl, steadfast, watchful, and drinking deeply of wisdom. Number 5. Cultivating concentration. The gift of concentrated focus is indeed a precious one. In this modern age of incessant distraction and fleeting impulses, the ability to marshal one's cognitive energies upon a singular point is a skill that requires the utmost dedication to cultivate. We Stoics extol the virtue of mindfulness, the profoundly simple yet challenging practice of being fully present in the here and now. To concentrate is to gather the scattered rays of your attention inward like a burning glass, intensifying their collective power upon the task at hand. But how is this achieved amid the incessant clamor of externalities vying for your consciousness? The answer lies in austerity and discipline of the mental realm. You would not attempt the most arduous physical feats while overburdened with cumbersome baggage. So too must you periodically shed the weight of distractions and external trivialities crowding your inner chamber. Create for yourself a Spartan sanctuary where the summons of the superfluous are shuttered out. In this hallowed space, free from discordant stimuli, you can finally attend fully to the matter before you. Like a finely crafted lens, focus your faculties utterly upon each finite undertaking, refraining from hazily scattering your energy toward a multiplicity of endeavors. For divided attention renders us consumed by trivialities, while concentrated commitment births masterworks. But even solitude can be fertile ground for mental brambles to take root. The nagging murmurs of doubt, the unbidden wanderings of idle fancy. Remain vigilant, ever pruning these insidious snarls through the practiced art of returning your awareness to its point of unflinching precision. Each digression merely presents another opportunity to flex this cerebral muscle. With mindfulness and discipline as your ardent companions, the brilliant blade of your concentration will grow keener with each purposeful application. Discard the frivolous, shed the unnecessary, rein in your mental energies, and bear witness to your own capacities elevated to their sublime zenith. Number 6. Maintaining a growth mindset is essential. Listen well, esteemed fellow cultivators of wisdom's fertile terrain. To adopt a growth mindset is to embrace one of the most empowering truths a seeker can unlock, that we are not stagnant, finite vessels, but dynamic, perpetually evolving masterworks. Too many live shackled by the insidious lie of fixed limitations, that our faculties and potentials are predetermined, immutable parcels constrained by the boundaries we inherit. How arrogant and limiting such a perspective! To accept it is to surrender the sacred gift of our capacity for boundless growth. We Stoics know the human mind to be as fallow soil, awaiting the tiller's practiced hands to aerate its richness, receive the seeds of knowledge, and coax forth its inherent fecundity through purposeful labor. Neither are we condemned to the withering stunting of complacency, nor need we fear the humbling acknowledgement of our failures. Like a masterful gardener, the growth-minded soul incorporates each setback and misstep as vital experience, a curriculum of hard-earned lessons to be conscientiously studied and integrated. Do not merely endure challenges and obstacles, my indefatigable truth-seekers. Embrace them as the very curriculum of your evolution. Revel in each new difficulty, for it presents an opportunity to stress-test your capacities and uncover new reservoirs of fortitude. The path is never linear, nor the terrain endlessly level. Only through conquering the inclines and vaulting the chasms can you ascend to increasingly rarefied heights. Awaken each new day as a glorious meditation in unfurling your latent potentials. Shed the antiquated carapace of perceived limitations, like a soul emerging from muddied depths into radiant self-actualization. For in Stoicism, we understand growth not as a commendable hobby, but an abiding obligation. Through our unrelenting expansion, we honor the sacred cosmic architect that permits our existence. Number 7. Setting clear goals. To set clear goals is to wield one of the mightiest tools in a Stoic's arsenal, ardent seekers of the examined life. For what is a journey without a destination firmly etched upon the map of our aspirations? To meander aimlessly invites only the quicksands of distraction and indecision. But take great caution. It is a critical error to conflate loftiness of ambition with true value and purpose. Many are the souls who have pursued illustrious fortunes or prodigious reputations, only to find themselves adrift and hollowed, once those glittering prizes are finally grasped. No, we must dig deeper to unearth the bedrock principles by which we wish to chart our course. In the timeless wisdom of our Stoic teachings, the highest achievement lies not in the aggrandizement of ego or the accumulation of external plunder. Rather, it resides in the ceaseless alignment of our actions and intentions with those unshakable virtues that steer us towards a life of luminous character and profound connectedness with what is. So, let your aspirations be molded not by the soft clay of transient whimsy, but by the fundamental elements which make up your innermost being. Consider what core values blaze like inextinguishable beacons to illuminate your highest trajectory. Courage in the face of adversity, commitment to justice, the relentless refinement of your own fiercely cultivated excellence. It is principles such as these which must serve as your lodestar when setting out purposeful aims. Yet it is not enough merely to profess these ideals. We must marry them to the clearly articulated steps and actions which bring them to manifest reality. Pass each objective with crystalline granularity, that every footfall upon your journey has an appointed destination. Leave nothing to languish in the abyss of vagueness or dithering uncertainty. With goal and virtue utterly syzygied, you forge an unbreakable vector towards the wholehearted realization of your highest self. For while we Stoics surrender the belief that we command the external world, our sphere of influence blazes ever brighter as we continually align our decisions and efforts with that criterion center that serves as our moral and ethical cynosure. Number 8. Practice patience. Patience, that most elusive and undervalued of virtues in our frenetic present age. Yet it is the very bedrock upon which any enduring fulfillment and hard-won wisdom must be constructed, my inquisitive truth-seekers. Let us still our hurried spirits and reflect upon the rhythms of the natural world. Does the sapling despair at not instantly becoming a towering oak? Does the harvested seed, buried in fertile loam, demand immediate flowering, thrashing against its cosmic purpose? No, these humble vessels of life's grand miracle Understand intrinsically that to resist the gradual unfolding is to subvert the very laws that sustain all existence. We Stoics seek to attune ourselves to the eternal cadences of nature's procession rather than railing against them. For what is impatience, if not a childish insistence that the entire cosmos should cater to our singular, momentary desires? How arrogant and short-sighted of us to demand the aplomb of old growth from mere seedlings. Patience is not merely a grit-teeth tolerance of delays and impediments, my friends. No, it is a profound openness, a willing reception of the unfolding present without the toxic additives of anxiety or expectation. To be patient is to dance with reality in harmonious step, rather than stumbling awkwardly ahead of the tune. And from this abiding acceptance of life's honest, purposeful pace emerges the crowning gift, that of savoring each fleeting moment for its intrinsic richness, rather than dismissing it as a test of fortitude until the next reference point. For indeed there is no next to be reached, but only an eternal procession of nows which compound into the polyrhythm of our quintessential existence. Take a breath, my restive wanderers. Let the clutches of urgency's delusion be pried from your white-knuckled grasp. What threatens to overwhelm you in this merciless societal gale is not fate's injustice, but a self-created tempest of nagging attachment and unrealistic expectancy. With patience, we undermine these vulnerabilities at their very foundations, grounding ourselves in the unflappable truth that all unfurls according to an ordained choreography. Number 9. Practice self-discipline. To the Stoics, self-discipline is not merely a virtue, but the very foundation of a virtuous life. It involves mastering one's emotions, desires, and actions to live in harmony with reason, a life poised between the extremes of excess and deficiency. The essence of Stoic self-discipline lies in aligning one's behavior with their deeper principles and the pursuit of the common good, embodying fortitude and wisdom in every act. Imagine yourself at a crossroads every moment of your life. One path is easy, guided by fleeting impulses and immediate gratifications. The other, though rigorous and steep, leads to lasting tranquility and fulfillment. Self-discipline empowers you to choose the latter, not sporadically, but consistently. It is about controlling your responses to the desires that seek to master you. How, then, can one cultivate this pivotal quality? First, consider the technique of negative visualization. Frequently reflect on the potential losses in life: health, possessions, relationships. What feelings arise when you imagine these losses? Fear, anxiety. By contemplating these outcomes, you train your mind to remain calm and rational in the face of real-life adversities, enhancing your resilience. Next, focus only on what lies within your power, your responses and attitudes. External events do not disturb your peace, but your judgments about them do. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, let it go. This practice not only simplifies life, but also clears the path for more deliberate, thoughtful actions. Self-discipline also entails delaying gratification, a concept echoed in modern psychological practices. The ability to postpone immediate pleasures for significant gains in the future is perhaps the most challenging aspect of self-discipline. It requires a robust willpower, which can be strengthened by persistently choosing the harder right over the easier wrong. Reflect on this. Are your daily choices bringing you closer to the person you aspire to be? Each decision in favor of self-discipline is a step towards greater wisdom and tranquility. Stoic self-discipline is a call to freedom, a liberation from the tyranny of unbridled desires and impulses, leading to a life of righteousness and peace. By mastering oneself, one can live according to their true principles, unaffected by external chaos. How will you practice this discipline today to build a stronger, wiser, and more tranquil tomorrow? In cultivating this virtue, remember Marcus Aurelius's words: "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Embrace this empowerment, for in discipline lies the path to a fulfilling and virtuous life. Number 10. Utilize reflective practice. The profoundest wisdom, my ardent seekers, does not simply arise from ingesting the learnings of others, but from the consecrated ritual of deep reflection upon our own experiences. For how can we hope to ascend the lofty plateaus of self-actualization if we never pause to mine the treasure troves of our lived realities? Let us become as expert cartographers, meticulously mapping the contours of our inner terrains, each triumph valiantly scaled, each foible navigated, every road forking with potentials considered or disregarded. It is all too easy to merely exist in forward momentum, accumulating days like so much undisciplined ephemera. But you must resist this aimless drift, and instead commit to the consecrated practice of thorough, brutally honest self-examination. Reflect upon your choices and their consequences, not through the distorted lenses of bitterness or pride, but with an eye toward extracting the alchemical insights that will nourish your continual growth. Where did you stay true to your core values and ethics? What fears or fixations blinded you from the clearer path? Do not flinch from studying your stumbles and shortcomings. In rawly acknowledging these, you deny them their power to perpetuate unnoticed. Let no experience go unexamined, be it a seemingly modest interaction or grandly pivotal circumstance, for we are not isolated incidents adrift in life's current, but intricate amalgams where each seeming ripple ultimately shapes the whole of our outward trajectories and inward evolutions. Only through shining an unflinching light into the most nuanced chambers of our lived realities can we cultivate authentic self-knowledge. And in this intimative process, the very practice of sincere reflection encodes itself as an indelibly habit of human excellence. Each pause to consciously recess and incorporate our learning stretches the very musculature of our growth, spiritually, intellectually, morally. An unreflective life is an endurance of stasis, while those who ceaselessly alchemize their experiences into wisdom are actively forging an eternal, upwardly spiraling legacy. Heed the ancient and arduous calling to know thyself through relentless discerning introspection. Let no lesson go unstudied, no truth ungarnered from the fertile fields of your days. Number 11. Ask questions. To ask questions, what a profound and indispensable element of the Stoics' eternal pursuit of understanding. For in the mere act of authentic inquiry, we humble ourselves before the vast expanses of our own ignorance, signaling an open readiness to receive greater illumination. Let us cast off the shackled arrogance of assuming we already grasp truth's entirety. That surest path toward stagnation and self-delusion begins with the insidious conceit of having all the answers. No, we must forever approach the frontiers of knowledge with a first-breathed wonderment, like cradling a cryptic cosmic relic in our upturned palms. What is this perplexing object's nature, its purpose, its origin? Only in subjecting it to the merciless scrutiny of a child's inquisitiveness, dismantling it from every conceptual angle through the precise tools of humankind's noblest invention, the question, only then do we stand to unearth its revelatory wisdom and piece it into our grand, unified theory of being. This is no crime against our pride, my insightful truth-seekers, but the highest expression of our discernment and intellectual honesty. To ask questions is to take one's rightful place as a diligent student of reality itself. Can any man or woman consider themselves truly wise who unquestioningly accepts each premise and paradigm as no more than dogmatic scripture? No, we must foster an eternal acuity for the queries that ripple outward into profundities, simple foundational inquiries that soon propagate into successively deeper ponderings upon the nature of existence, consciousness, virtue, and the cosmos whirling inexplicably around us. Once stoked, this sacred inquisitiveness becomes an all-consuming conflagration, hungering for the first-hand accounts from those who have wandered farther along wisdom's arduous trails. Seek out sage counsel and drink thirstily from their hard-won vintage of experience. But be wary of mistaking their parables and allegories as scrutable finalities, for even these esteemed travelers perceive but shadows upon the cave's wall. The most illuminating question one may ask is of oneself, an unyielding evocation of inner reflection and realignment with eternal verities. Yes, let the questions forever pour forth, an unquenchable stream of cerebral thirst eroding the hardened ridges of ignorance. To question is to exercise the divine breath of curiosity gifted to us, the same childlike awe and hunger for life's ultimate truths that our ancestors channeled into charting for us the veiled way. Number 12. Share what you learn. For what profound purpose serves the amassing of knowledge, if not to boldly project its brilliance outward into the world's shadowed recesses? To jealously hoard the treasures of our hard-won insights, like some miser's desiccated chest of leprous riches, is to imperil the very spirit of Stoic virtue. Are we not humble vessels for the continual proliferation of eternal truth? Then let us arrogate no miserly proprietary claim over its transmission. Teaching is itself an esteemed sacrament of self-transcendence, the sacred bestowing of realizations sown within us, that they might take luminous root anew through the fertile terror of another's awakening consciousness. With each assiduously imparted lesson, each patiently clarified principle, we not only reify the universality of these profound natural laws, but indelibly etch their celestial inscriptions more vividly within ourselves. But knowledge's dissemination transcends mere rote instruction, for we each radiate outward an evocative scripture of our own ensouled existence. To dutifully walk this plane as a bodied example of Stoic teachings actualized is to impart revelation purely through our state of sentient being. With our every gracefully executed deed and reasoned expression, we inscribe upon reality's palette a masterwork of dialectic philosophy, a source of inspiration infinitely richer than any monastic dogma. And let us not neglect the paramount wisdom in counseling our receptive vessels be forever open and expectant of the forthcoming instruction inevitably emanating from each new experience and encounter. The cosmos itself is our primordial and everlasting pedagogue, endlessly whispering the curricula of its eternal workings. Are we not obliged to lend it our attentions at every vital turn? So radiate forth, my impassioned beacons. Shine brilliantly with the inextinguishable light of shared understanding. Whether through discourse or deportment, be as lightning lances illuminating the murky firmaments of stagnation. For the hoarded blaze of wisdom casts not its revelations. Only in its continual outpouring does our collective consciousness flare incandescently within this benighted realm. In exploring the 12 Stoic Keys to outsmarting everyone else, we uncover more than just strategies. We discover a way of life. These principles, grounded in reason, resilience, and respect, guide us to interact more judiciously with our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Stoicism isn't merely about gaining a competitive edge. It's about cultivating a peaceful, happy, and humane existence. How will you apply these Stoic insights to diffuse stress and enhance life's quality? Can you transform challenges into opportunities for growth by embracing discomfort with equanimity? Each key offers a stepping stone to personal excellence and tranquility. I urge you to integrate these teachings, not sporadically, but as vital components of your daily life. Let Stoicism prioritize your responses, and you will indeed lead a life not just of success, but of significance. Share this wisdom if it resonates with you, and like this journey if you are ready to walk this path. Together, let's commit to a lifestyle that not only seeks to outsmart, but to outshine, fostering a legacy of Stoic virtues in a world that dearly needs it. Embrace these Stoic keys and unlock a life of profound fulfillment and serene command. Let's make Stoicism a priority and watch as peace, happiness, and humanity flourish in our lives and communities.